everyone and welcome back to the Battlefield Series run here. We have another Pauper video for you today. We are playing Boros Synthesizer, but we have a bit of spice with us today. This was from a list online that went 621, I think an Italian event. What I've changed is I cut some of the Thraben charms and I've added in makeshift munitions, and I'm trying out Darbel. And I've also, after some discussions in one of my previous videos, brought in 4 Rests for the Wary instead of the Navigator's Compass. So besides that, this deck is very run-of-the-mill. It has all the standard Boros Garrison, the Artifact lands, a split of the Mountain and the Plains, a good split of the Windsguard Crag for the gain life, the one Miser's Radiant Fountain to gain life, a couple more of those Artifact lands just to get those Gouge Blasts on. This deck, I think, is a bit of a sleeper right now. Every time I've played it, I've just felt very good in every matchup, and I felt like I've had a way to beat the opponent. Sometimes when I play decks like the White Weenie decks and stuff, you can kind of just take a bit of a sigh at some of the decks that you play against and be like, okay, we're likely going to lose this, but we'll give it a go. This deck has a way to essentially fight against the burn decks with the random gaining life and just lots of interaction and just ways to get onto the board. And it also just steals games very quickly, like suddenly just tagging for 2, 4, 6 damage with these flyers, and then you're getting in with 2 Gouge Blasts and a Bolt, and then they're just dead. So it's pretty good. I found that Journey to Nowhere is probably sitting a little bit better right now with Thraben charms. I just think the ability to get rid of like Rather Chrysalis is good, and a nice clean way to get rid of the terrors and stuff like that is also very good. I wanted to try Darbel because every creature that Boros Synth runs, it has a great ETB. So it runs a Dawnbringer Clerics for the gaining life, Core Skyfishes for bouncing, Thraben Spectre, Glint Hawk. So this deck, once it has a synthesizer in, it just wants to keep bouncing it non-stop and hit its land drops. So if I'm attacking with a Glint Hawk and just chipping in the air and then playing a 3/3 body on the ground that can kind of block up against some good aggro decks or increase the clock, I think that's pretty good. Kind of how I see it is like if you're playing Core Skyfisher for the bounce effect and it's a 2/3, if you've played Glint Hawk already for the bounce and have attacked with it and playing this for 1 white mana, well that's still 2 mana, and then you've got 5 power, 5 toughness on the board and replaying that and then, you know, bouncing your synthesizer and whatnot. And to be honest, I think Experimental Synthesizer is better than Cryogenic Relic. It's just the same thing. It's just, I understand Cryogenic Relic, it stays in your hand because you draw it instead of exile it, but just run all the cards that you can play, essentially. And if you can't play it, then don't play the Experimental Synthesizer. Just hold it in your hand and see what kind of works with what your hand looks like and what your lands look like. This is something I really do want to try the Rest for the Wary. I feel like it is a good card, and I agree with some discourse that was discussed essentially in one of the other comments for Boros Synth or for the other White Weenie list, is that some lists run Navigator's Compass and gaining 3 is nice, but yeah, Rest for the Wary allows you to essentially gain a lot more in that short amount of time. And sometimes with the burn lists and stuff where you might be lagging a little bit at the beginning and you're getting a bit of life from these Radiant Fountains and stuff like that, being able to play Rest for the Wary can just give you that massive buffer to turn the corner in 2 to 3 turns and get a bit more on the board. So I think this is a good spot to be right now with the Rest for the Waries, and considering that burn is such a high percentage right now, I think it's a good choice. I've already played my matches and I just 3-0'd them. I will take this through a league soon, I believe. This deck felt very good, and I think it's a very good deck to play. If I had to play a big tournament tomorrow, I'd probably take a list similar to this. So if you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the first match. Alright, we just missed out on the play there. We're at 6 and 5. This hand is borderline, it's pretty slow. Could use the synth on 2, we've got some life gain. Let's just keep it and see what we go. Oh, they mulled. You know what, let's mull as well. And try and get, okay, this is interesting. I kind of like it because we could maybe potentially play Inspector again or do some other stuff. So, and we're likely going to draw a red land here. Let's do this. What are we going to put back? Probably the Bolt. I like the idea of, I like the idea of being able to bounce the synthesizer later on, and we want to play the synthesizer turn 2 or 3. Well, now I wish I had Bolt. We're just playing against the classic Sly list. I don't feel as bad playing this. Inspector's great. And if we draw another white mana, then we can play Darbel as well. That's a great draw as well. And this into Radiant Fountain, Dawnbringer Cleric is still pretty good. Likely this Novice Inspector is just going to try and block something. And really, if we draw a Boros Garrison, I think we're going to be in a great spot. Burning Tree, yep. If they have the Hallberg, we'll just block one of the ones. I think it's fine. Here it's coming. Here it is. It's a very good draw if they have this, like this. And if they follow it up with a Bushwhacker, then we're just screwed. Which is just like, that's why you play their deck though. Okay, this is fine. They can't attack with that. We'll play we can't play the Starveil because of that, but at least we can play Radiant Fountain and Dawnbring Cleric, and then we can just, if we don't draw another land until the end of the world, we can just essentially we can just play Core Skyfisher, pick up the Radiant Fountain and play it again. So it's looking NTB. Oh, that sucks for them, they drew that, obviously. Yeah, so we'll just take our, okay, we'll double block here. They can kill my Fairy Inspector, that's fine. And then if we don't draw a land, let's just Core Skyfisher. Okay, that's a good draw. What if they, surely they want to triple block. I kind of want to, I can't replay it anyway. What I might do is play the Core Skyfisher, return the Dawnbringer, and it only goes badly if they have a Bushwhacker. But even if they have a Bushwhacker, I don't think it really matters. Return the Radiant Fountain. Because there's a world we can basically, and this is where I wanted the Darvel, because we could even potentially attack with the Core Skyfisher, then play Darvel, okay, they're bolting to get in, that's fine. Let's just play a Synthesizer. Actually, probably just Gale Blast something, to be honest. We've got 2 cards left. Let's just stay alive. Yeah. Let's play Radiant Fountain. And let's just play this, and then likely we just gain 2 life again. We're likely just gonna either crack a Clue or Gale Blast instead. Because I don't have the idea of being able to Gale Blast something. Is this a Bushwhacker? It is. So we're definitely gonna Gale Blast, just a ham sandwich here. Well, obviously the Burning Tree Emissary, and then we'll block a Bushwhacker. Let's block that, and let's and then on our turn we can do it all really anyway. We'll kill that, and then we'll attack for 1, and then we'll return it with Darvel and play it again. Yeah, let's attack first, and now we'll play the Experimental Synthesizer as a follow-up. See what we hit. And it's pretty good. Let's play that and just return the Synthesizer. Yes. Return you. What do we hit? Well, that's nice, isn't it? Play that. I don't think it's the end of the world that because we're still gonna have this bolt if we need to. It's not the end of the world, we don't play it straight away. If they don't attack, then we just crack a Clue, which is just good. All the exile cards. Alright, they're just conceding there. We did essentially, I mean, they did have some good stuff, but they were missing out on a mountain there, but yeah, that's good. Alright, let's go to Sideboard. So, Electricary's busted against them, and then we get to try out these Rests for the Worries, which is good. We'll take out these Relics, they're terrible. Where are you? I want all removal. Journey's kind of not as good, so maybe I'll cut that. And Makeshift Munitions is kind of for the long game, with Forever Charm's kind of iffy. The fact that we got all the bolts and we got Electricaries, we just cut down on. Probably even our Journey, to be honest. because we're bringing lots of random stuff. Yeah, the munitions. I mean, we could keep the munitions in, I guess. I'm mindful that they're likely going to have some kind of the cast into fires or something like that. Limbus is good. I think we just run it like this. I think we get there with the creatures anyway. But at least we got to see Darvel there, which is great. Do its magic, just gaining life, replaying stuff. This is not keepable, sadly. It's if we had just something else a little bit different, 1 or 2 different lands instead of these. Okay, this hand is good. It is good. So hopefully this Rosvale Bridge will stick around. They're keeping as well. I'm kind of looking at this Glenhawk a little bit because we at least use this Core Skyfisher to bounce the Dawnbringer Cleric if we want to. You know what? It's less mana than we can do the Synthesizer and other shenanigans. You know what? It's this because we can just go this on turn 2 for a blocker. We're not doing anything on turn 1. Sorry, Core Skyfisher. I wish we could keep you around. We really want another land, to be honest. I think that's what we really want. Okay, let's just play our tap land. We're definitely not going to play the Glenhawk. Straight off the bat, we're going to play this Plains. Because then on our turn 3, we can have the extra land. So yeah, let's play this Dawnbringer. And if we have extra lands, then if we draw a Rest for the Wary, we're still good. Pass. A couple of things we can do next turn, but they've obviously missed on a land. Yep, they can bolt that, that's fine. So now we're down on lands. We can still play this Glenhawk, which I think is going to be good, but we'll do Synthesizer, see what we hit. We have like 3 essential ways to get a land. Come on. Okay, that's not a land. Let's play this in return and just try and hit a land. At least it's still a blocker. Come on. No. Okay. A little bit sad. But this happens. At least they're down on lands and they're just attacking us with Fladara and Epicures. They probably have like mono Bushwhackers in their hand. Okay, it just rallies. A land or Electricry would be great. So we technically just kill, it doesn't really matter, we just kill this. Take 3. And hopefully we draw land. Another Glenhawk. Look, we're just going to do what we did last turn. Everything stays back for blocks and hopefully we just hit a land. This is wild. Yes, return the Synthesizer. Come on. Okay, good. We can't do anything with that. It could be an option to even just play it to have it as a blocker and return an Ancient Den. No, that's not worth it. Let's just pass. We've got a bunch of blockers now, and then we have plenty of ways to gain heaps of life. Like if we go Synth, hit a land, we're in a good place. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But it's a pretty good hand, isn't it? Yeah. So here we're just going to block 2 on 1s. 3, 4, 5, got 9. There's definitely a universe now that, okay, we drew another land, which is good. So here, I kind of want to just play a Gale Blast, to be honest. Yeah, it's not the funnest. I do want to play this. We can still go Synth. Go Synth and hit a Rest, I think it's still fine. It's just free. It's still Windscarred. Let's just play... Yeah, there's not much else to do. We just play this Core Skyfish just so it can at least block that. And then let's just return the Synth again. Yeah, I want the land drops. That's annoying that we hit the Rest. If it was the other way around, it would have been absolutely nuts. Let's just pass. This feels so much better than Glint Blade, because I felt like Glint Blade didn't really matter what you did. You just died. Clockwork. And then Bushwhacker. No rally. So the other thing is we're just like chaining these synths is hitting an electric route, because then we just win off that. So you hit the percussionist around, block this, block this, block this. They got 0 cards of 3, 4, so we go to 6. Okay, we draw an Ancient Den. Let's just start off with a synth and see what we get, because it's going to just dictate what we do in our turns. Okay, well now, so let's play the Glint and then return the synth. That's Lembas, but we can't play that. Let's just go, I want to play another red source, and let's play Rest. That's pretty busted. Let's just get the beat on. I know we kind of have to worry about Bushwhacker a little bit, but the fact that we have Metalcraft with 4, 7, 2, yeah, we had like 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 15. So I was technically meant to attack with something else there. All right, we're on the play, which is great. We rolled a 2. This sounds good. It has our colours. We all have Metalcraft for these Galv Blasts. And we have some nice blockers. So we'll see how we go with it all. Play the Thrab Daddy, pass. Always start with the Thrab Inspector. You legally have to. You'll through their turn. Oh, hello. Interesting. That is interesting. So here, let's just attack for 1, and then yeah, ooh. Let's play the Novice Inspector, and then I have a feeling they're going to be a fast deck, so we'll just likely Galv Blast them because we've got Metalcraft now on turn 2. And then next turn we can go Journey, Galv Blast, or we can just crack a clue, Galv Blast. Them being on like relatively 11 life right now is pretty nice. Sword Springs makes me think they might be playing like a Grixis Madness build or something like that. The old artifact land. And we can see how much they use their artifacts. I hope they just play Krajan Relic here. Ooh, the old mob lookout. So we're going to Galv Blast that. Or we could actually use the Journey on that. The Sneaky Snacker. Well, now I want to use the Galv Blast on here because I want to Journey the Sneaky Snacker so it doesn't come back. But we've seen this before, this mob lookout. Let's attack. And then we'll play this Synthesizer. Yeah, we just grab the land off that, that's fine. We'll pass. Good old Synthesizer. The old Blood Fountain. Hopefully that just comes into play a little bit too late for me. Ooh, they're creating a clue. Interesting. I wonder if they'll get in with that though. It definitely happens. That's fine. I feel like we can rage sack quite easy. Yeah, so they're obviously like just a blue-black madness build, which is cool. I kind of want to just crack a clue first, but then this Plains gets a lot worse, and I want to be able to Galv Blast on top of things. I'm going to do it like this because if I draw a tap land, I want to be able to just play the tap land. And then worst case, I can just play the Plains, bolt if I need to. See, that's good. That is good. I want to use it on the Synthesizer though. I'm going to play a land, let's attack. I think we're likely just going to use these bolts to the face, and we're going to crack a clue to see if we can get some other good stuff. I want to get value off this Core Skyfisher with this synthesizer. What's happening? Sneaky Snack is not happening yet, which is good. Refurbished Familiar. Well, here I probably want to get rid of the lightning bolt, to be honest. I could have cracked the clue first, actually. Sorry, I should have cracked the clue first. Well, that was still correct then. Let's get rid of the synth. Let's bounce the synth first. See what we hit. We'll definitely play the land. Now what do I want to do? Do I play the synth again? That is the question. I kind of like just attacking, to be honest, and let's just keep. We do run a lot of 1-drops. Let's just play the synth again and see if we hit something. If we don't, that's fine. We've got another bounce for it. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Just pass. It was like a 20-30% chance of hitting something, I guess. But I think it's still good to get it into play. But let's call Skyfisher as well. They're casting down that. So in this instance, I'm not familiar. I think I'm just going to discard this Boros Garrison. It's not really cutting the mustard anymore. And they got six in play. Sneaky Snack is really not doing it, is it? Let's kill this. Do a little bit of ball control. I wouldn't mind some munitions. I think that would be good, but we can't have it all, We'll attack. Another Gallop Blast. Hell, I wouldn't even mind some life gain, to be honest. But at least we get to return the synth to play it again with Skyfisher. They're not hitting lands either. My deck's doing exactly what it's meant to be doing. Nimbus is good. Let's just play Nimbus and see what we get on top. Yeah, I'll put on top. Because I can just play that and then take the Nimbus back. And then we've got all our blockers. Synth Nimbus, we're probably just going to be getting rid of this Journey to Nowhere, to be honest. Alright, so they get the Sneaky Snacker back now. It might be worth to journey that. 5 cards in hand. It's a lot. It's a lot of cards. I mean, we've got 4 in probably a better board state than them. That's interesting. They don't attack. Okay. I'm going to synth first. See what we hit. We'll play the mountain. Let's 2, 4, 6. No, we can't kill them this turn. I do kind of like the idea of just killing them with bolts, though. It's a very nice feeling. Actually, yeah, let's just double journey them. Because I definitely don't want those to come back because they're both like good. And let's attack with everything. Because we can relatively drop them down now to 3 life. And then we only need a couple of things to connect. Replay 2 Refurbished Familiars. They still only have 3 lands. They've drawn heaps. It's a bit rough for them. The old Mob Lookout. Again, just looking for another land. Right, see what they do with their last card. Alright, they get a 2/2. I'm wondering if they attack or not. Probably not. Let's just hold on to the Gale Blast for now. So we might hit something else. Yeah, let's just play some Limbuses out. See if we get some action. Yeah, I don't think we're at any stress to really go ahead and do anything specific. So yes, let's pick up the synthesizer. Play that. We can really attack with the mob lookout as well. If we Gale Blast this, attack with everything. 2, 4. I think that's probably correct, to be honest. Do I synth now? It's a close one. I think we do attack with everything. Yeah. Let's attack with everything and see what they do, because we have another flyer now. Okay. Kind of fine with that, to be honest. So they go to 5. Let's play Limbus now. I wasn't expecting them to do that specifically. Sorry, Dago. You can put on the bottom. Glenhook's a pretty good draw. Yeah, because now, they have 6 cards in hand. That's one way to get back into it. Yeah, they go to 8. But again, we still have Synth and Glenhawk. Double Limbuses as well. Look at that with the land now. Let's see if we can draw anything good. Alright. Yeah, let's just journey that Sneaky Snacker. Hell, they probably run counter spells as well, or some kind of counter magic. So I got Sneaky Snacker, and then if we attack for 4, then we can Gale Blast them to death, and that's lethal. Okay, that's fine. So now they're definitely dead. Alright, attack everything. Yep. No point showing them extra stuff. Just Gale Blast you. Go to game 2. Alright. The reach is just phenomenal in this deck. Let's bring in the relics. They're not like a full-on hard version of their deck. I like most things, to be honest, in this build. What do I want to cut? Even the Dawnbreaker, it's probably a Dawnbreaker, they're not that good. We didn't really get to see what they were running blue for. It's gonna be a little bit scary. Let's cut the Dawnbringer. Let's bring in some Electricaries just to help stave off some of the Sneaky Snacker, Refurbish Familiar shenanigans. I want to keep in all the reach. I think that was too good, to be honest. Probably a Darvel. Sorry, Darvel. It is kind of nice if we can just keep bouncing everything and just going ham, but this hand seems very good. Everything that you want in the world. Make sure we just get more land drops and more red sources, and we should be set. They multiply, which is a bit grim for them. Alright, just swamp go. We'll just play our game life landing pass. Nothing else to see here. And they just play swamp. So I was thinking I could bring in like Dust to Dust, but I don't think it was really that necessary. I don't even need to play any of our extra lands. Let's just go Limbus. Again, you only really want to play Synth once you have a bunch of lands in play. That's fine. Let's just get some value and some board presence. I think next turn we'll just play synth first, see what we get, and then if it's nothing, we'll just play this Novice Inspector. They can't counter anything that we have. Yeah, let's just play this. What do we hit? Yep, that's nice. We'll play land, we'll play the Inspector, we'll pass. So they're a bit choked up on stuff currently. Vampire's Kiss is good. Okay, Gav Blast. So now let's just play this, pick up the synth and see what we get. Hopefully just more lands. Yep, we'll just play the land out. That's fine. And then I probably just playing 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably just want to crack a clue, to be honest, so we have all the chance of essentially drawing more cards off the synth. Just the value's crazy. I think it's probably one of my favourite cards, to be honest. Well, that's a really good sign for us if they're having to do this. And again, I'm happy for them just to keep the imp there. They can't attack with it. They didn't hit a land either. So yeah, we're just going to crack a clue. Lovely. Okie dokie. So here, let's just play a synth first. That's pretty good. Let's play a synth off the synth. Let's play the planes. I do have a fair few synths. I probably am meant to just play the Skyfish to bounce the synth. Just so we have one in our hand. That's fine. And let's bolt this and then we can get in with everything. I just want to keep the synth train going, you know. And they're effectively on 10. If they haven't drawn another land, it's pretty hard to come back from this. And they're wasting lots of life. But I just like how this deck just kind of wins out of nowhere as well. It's just like, they think they're on 18, but also we have 8 points of damage in our hand. Yep, to do another madness, makes sense. But even if they cast that, just having 2 core Skyfishes that can get in every turn is pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's try another match out. Alright, we're on the draw. This hand is definitely not keepable, so we just mull this. This hand, it's close. I think we just bottom the Darvel. We've got Lembus, so I think we actually do keep this because we've got a bit of interaction, Synthesizer and Lembus to get a white source. They've mulled to 6. Yeah, let's keep this. Let's just, sorry, Darvel. It's very hard without 2 white pips here. And they're playing. That's a cool swamp. Alright, they're playing that sack build. Honestly, I'm just going to Gale Blast that straight off the bat, so they can't even Village Rights it, because that's the... Alright, well now we're going to do a bolt. You just don't want that to live, it's just like the worst. And next time we'll still Lembus, we'll try and hit some of the lands if we can. And then we'll play Synthesizer. I mean, honestly, if they don't have anything else, I think I might just Gale Blast that, to be honest. And this is an extra reason why. So we'll still do it here because of Village Rights. I don't know what's in their hand and then not playing the other ones first. I don't really know. So now on our turn we can just play Synthesizer and then we should be able to hit anything we want off of it. This feels like a harder matchup, but we do have the, you know, the munitions and stuff like that. Yeah, let's play this first and see what we hit. Okay, yeah, so we'll just play the Lembus off that. That's fine. Get the value. down top. I'm kind of happy to draw more lands, to be honest, and we can just return that other land, tap white, play the Inspector, play Lembas, play the Garrison. I think if we just keep killing their do something threats, I think we're okay. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just follow with doing that first off. I don't really know. Kind of do need some kind of relic action, I think. Let's play the synth first. Let's call this open mana, we may as well use it. Okay. I kind of actually want to exile their graveyard. They've got 6 cards in hand though. Let's just exile their graveyard. So they can't unearth those. And then we'll return the Crag to our hand with the Garrison. Probably even like making a 2/2 Vigilances might even be pretty good. There it is, there's Carrion Feeder. Have they still not drawn another swamp? That's crazy. We're definitely bolting that this turn. Why don't they attack with the token? Bit strange. Alright, let's do this now while they're tapped out. Then 1, 2, 3. And let's just play, yeah, let's play Lembas first. The red sources. Okay, they were just done there. We'll see how we go in a sideboard. I actually think they have a pretty good matchup against us. We're bringing Relic and we're bringing these Electrickeries. Again, I think they're really made just to keep us alive. What don't I like here? Probably the Dawnbringer Clerics. It's exile, yeah, exile type card from graveyards, not too relevant. I like all the bolts, I like the relics. I'm sorry, it might be the Darvel, to be honest. I think we want everything else. We want the flyers. Yeah, sorry Darvel. We want less of the bounce effects in this case. We're back to the next game. This hand's, I mean, pretty good. Has everything that we want. Again, has interaction for the shenanigans that they do. Village Rites is very annoying to play around though. Yep, they're just playing those ones first. Good thing is, Novice Inspector is a good blocker for those. Bog's interesting. Alright, we'll just pass. And then yeah, we'll just play Novice Inspector. Hell, could you just play a Lembas to try and set things up a little bit better? Try and hit another white source before we go a little bit crazy. It's only 1 life. Let's see if they have another swamp. Yeah, that's just the same thing, Village Rites. Yeah, swamp. Wow, they didn't draw one. That's absolutely brutal. I think what we're going to do is actually just play Radiant Fountain and Lembas, because I'm not too scared about that right now, but I want to make sure we're hitting our land drops in subsequent turns. And then if we draw an untap, see, that's pretty good. I like that, because that's basically 2 lands. And then we go white source, play Inspector, bounce Radiant Fountain. And probably just Journey to Nowhere, anything. It's hard to know. Hard to know. I kind of want to keep these journeys for the Mortician Beetles. Oh, we can just journey that now. And what are they following up with? Okie dokie. We could just bolt it. No, I don't hate that. They do have a nice Village Rites up. Let's just play the Novice Inspector. I think it's just the nice thing to do here. Have the blockers around. I guess I could have played Core Skyfisher, maybe technically. Oh, well, let's play this. Let's return the fountain. So we can just block something nice. Maybe I was meant to play the Core Skyfisher so we can just get in with flying damage. That's why I was thinking about not bolting there, because they were probably just going to sack in response to draw cards. God, I wish Orcish Bowmasters was legal. It would be good. What are they following up with? Okay. I kind of like the idea of just journeying straight off the bat. I mean, munitions is nice as well. Let's go and journey the Bloodthrone Vampire. And then in response, if they choose to sack it to the Carrion Feeder, then we'll bolt the Carrion Feeder. Yeah, because then it's only get 2 from that. So we'll go bolt that. And then we can, oh, we can't Bajuka Bulk this time, can we? Very sad. Maybe I should have done it the other way first and then Bajuka Bulk so I couldn't unearth them. It's a beauty is we can call Skyfish that back now anyway. So let's play other Inspector. Let's get him for 1. I do wish I actually bogged there though, because that's just like, they're obviously going to unearth. The deck runs a lot of unearth, so these munitions are definitely going to be flinging these clue tokens their way though. Just another Carrion Feeder, eh? Anything else? Unearthing? No, just a lot of that. I might just attack and see what they do. We've got some good stuff going on. We can put this bolt somewhere if we need to. Just taking 2, okay. So here, 1, 2, 3, so we've got 4. I think we do bog now. Good journey to get rid of that. Maybe we do that. Let's just Skyfisher. We try and journey this Carrion Feeder, they can sack it, and then we'll just bulk and get rid of all that extra stuff. So I think everything's just like different problem childs, but like yeah, if we're getting rid of the Carrion Feeders and their ways to essentially get us, then I think we're good. We can play Limbus quite comfortably next turn. Target the Carrion Feeder. Surely they sack it as well here. Yeah, and now we can bog them. And then we can pass the turn. We still have a bulk and munitions. The tragic slipping, very good. That is a good, excellent choice. I'm definitely far off now. Another carrion feeder. They just keep coming, you know? Just keeps existing. Maybe if we're lucky we just draw another journey. We've got 3 cards left. It must be just removal heavy, I guess. Yeah, so this carrion feeder can get very scarily big. Let's just play Lembas. Do we want that on top? I think we do. Let's play a land. Let's play the relic. And let's play the munitions. And let's just pass. I think we'll just spend one turn of just being a little bit comfortable. Because this carrion feeder can kind of come out of nowhere and kill me. Yes, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can make it a 7/7. That is not good for us. We'll just block each of the 1/1s. And assume they'll just sack it to the carrion feeder. These are technically better. Yeah. Better to get rid of these ones. Alright, we'll bolt this in response. Hopefully they don't have another one of those, otherwise we're pretty screwed. Maybe I should have used the munitions there actually, instead of the bolt. I should have. I jumped the gun there. Yeah, I definitely should have just sacked the clue. That would have been a bit better to do. I'm doing that now as well. Interesting. I'm really ratsing to build back up again. I mean, if we draw a Core Skyfisher, we're back in it. Yeah, I did screw up there. I should have just munitioned it. That was very silly of me. A synth into Core Skyfish would be absolutely nuts. Yeah, they just got a lot of those. Right, they're turning the corner now. Let's just crack a clue first. Okay. Let's crack another clue. And it's good to know that we have that. We can overload. Let's just play this. Maybe I actually should have played an untapped land because then we can still cycle this in case they have an unearth effect. And then we essentially need another Core Skyfish or a Journey to Nowhere. Well, blocks wise, let's block this. Let's just block this. If they want to sack to the Carrion Feeder, that's fine. End step, we will just... They are just doing that. Fair enough. So it takes 7. And then, yeah, end step will Electricity. Just take out all those 1/1s. And then they're forced to put everything onto this Carrion Feeder, and then hopefully we can just get there. We need them to stop drawing village rights. I'm happy for them to do that. I don't know if it's better for them just to put everything into that though. Because we can sack. That's fine. Alright. Electricity is not good here. I think we just cycle this, to be honest. Try and hit something good. How much do we have with munitions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could take another hit, basically. So yeah, how much is it? Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're so far off. Let's attack for 1. And then we're likely probably just going to block this Carrion Feeder, to be honest. I'm just conserving the damage and then putting it on the Carrion. Okay. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just thinking if I could kill it with munitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we can't anyway. It's an 8/8. Okay. We're not there because we've got members at least. But it does feel like if we have a hopefully we just draw a core Skyfisher, and then that's that. Yep, we'll take 8. That's what we'll do. Is there to take 1? No, it's just that. Okay. Let's crack Olympus now, just in case how mana works. I mean, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We couldn't even do it that other way anyway. Look, let's just kill. Let's do Everload now. And just force them to sack it. Yep. Alright, deck, give me a core Skyfisher. You have like 2 draws to do it. Otherwise, I die quite easily. No big outblast or anything. Okay, Synth is an incredible draw. Synth gives me a blocker. Synth into Synth is huge. Still give me a core Skyfisher, that's what I want. Okay. So let's tap this, play this, and then we'll return the Radiant Fountain. And then let's sack 1. Yeah, we want the 2-2. I think that's going to be better. Ooh. Sorry, I realise it's red. Let's just ping them for 1. Oh, no, we want the red. And if it is anything else, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's just do it like that. So get an extra blocker. Alright, that's exactly what we wanted. So we'll play this, we'll pick up the Journey to Nowhere, and then we'll just keep both back in case they have double Tragic Slips or something like that. And then that should be hopefully all she wrote. That was lucky, but that's the power of synth as well. We just went synth into synth into sack a synth, so we essentially drew 3 cards that turn. We're not attacking. We essentially can win this game once that Karen Fear is gone. Yeah. There we go. Alright, let's do a quick wrap up. So essentially what I again wanted to do was just use these Darbells. This deck is normally great, has great value engine. I think it has great sideboarding and matchups against most decks in the format currently. I was a big fan of just having this one makeshift munitions, even though we didn't really see it in much of the matches. It's just nice to have a sync for anything that you have there, and then in that last match as well, it was something that we could use to just sack a synthesizer if we needed to instead of getting a 2-2. The Darvells, I feel like we probably need to play like a legal 2 to see if it actually works quite well. I think this deck does really like it, the ability to have some nice meaty creatures, and having a Watch Wolf is pretty good. That can return Core Skyfisher or any creature that we tapped and attacked with will get us value again. So I feel like this does have some potential, but I think we need to try it a little bit more. I do like the random relics, especially in this current meta with the Spy combo and Madness and whatnot. And honestly, Experimental Synthesizer feels so much better than Cryogen Relic. If we look at the sideboard, the rest for the Worries, I think we're pretty good as well. Like, we were training through our decks, and like Navigator's Compass is kind of good in that way. But just being able to gain 8 life just felt like it was such a buffer, because generally with this deck you feel like, right, if we get through the next couple turns, we can turn the corner and we can win. So the Navigator's Compasses, yes, they stop a bolt, but I think the rest for the Worries were a big addition, and I think someone in the comments were just mentioning trying that. I think it was very good. So I definitely want to run this back in the future, and I want to try Darbell again. So stay tuned for a future tournament of this or a league with this.